Yeah. And the construction began as early as 2017. But John D, I was there as a reporter covering the groundbreaking ceremony, I think some time ago, earlier than 2017 for that matter, when the then governor, the then Chief Justice Salamo Inja was still responsible for the judiciary here in Papua New Guinea. And these are pictures now of the interior of the courthouse and the new building that has gone up.
And the exterior as well. And it is a building. In fact, it is one of the signature buildings of government at Waigani. I mean, the National Parliament, of course. Who could beat that? Which building could beat that? But right next to it is the National Courthouse Complex, built, by the way, by the China Railway Construction Engineering Company, the China Railway Construction Engineering Group. And it, as you say, it commenced in March, construction commenced in March 2027, but I think it was delayed over funding and by about 6 months.
Yeah, John, that was in 2017.
Right. And eventually when they got it underway, things began to take place, and the complex was eventually constructed, and it is quite a sight. And if you look at it from drone shots or from vantage points, it's quite an attractive building, quite a building that makes a statement about, I guess, fairness, about law and order, and about the judiciary. And the Prime Minister made reference to the judiciary at this message on Independence Hill at the flag-raising ceremony this morning, that the judiciary has been very vibrant, very independent of the other three arms of government, the legislature, the parliament, and the executive, the government. And yes, it's held together. It's been one of the fundamentals of our democracy. You know, we have many fundamentals that hold the country up as posts. Fundamentals in all the departments. All the departments are fundamentals too. But you know, as we progressed over time, these fundamentals may have not been as strong as they should be. But I believe that the courts and the legislature and even the media has been strong enough. They've become the fundamentals really to hold the country together.
And John, it's taken at least 12 years to complete the building. Better late than never, they say in this country.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So here is another important day when His Royal Highness is visiting, and it will be opening, unveiling the plaque, completing and signaling that this courthouse is now all ready to go to fulfill that important task. And the important task is, and I guess was said by Prince Edward's mother when she visited in 1974. Her remarks to the then Chief Minister, Saburi Kidu, at that time was, she said, "Chief Justice, like you," and that's her quote, "like you, I hope Papua New Guinean judges will soon be working in this building, that it will always remain an impartial court and a guardian of the rights of individuals." That's end of quote from her. These words were spoken some 5 decades ago, and I guess they continue to resonate with clarity and relevance to this point. They reflect not just the hope of a constitutional monarch, but the fundamental principles upon which our judiciary was built on: impartiality, independence, and the sacred duty to protect the rights of every individual. And these were the words of our Governor General, Sir Bob Dade, at the opening.
Yeah, and John, he's one of those who has already arrived at the scene of the National Courthouse. He arrived, I think, minutes ago from the pictures that we have received, and that's him arriving there. And of course, the Governor General plays an important part in, should I say, the democratic process in Papua New Guinea. He's the head of state. A man where also kisim blessing long form him government, natu long kisim new chief justice too. Country sawe go long. This big man long yumi inside long country. A man where mark him queen long kisim display blessing. John.
Yes, his duties are more of ceremonial than anything else, and I think reaffirms how we are aligned or linked to the Commonwealth and linked to the principles of democracy, and that we live and adhere to them. So that's how it is, that's how it was, and that's how it will be for as long as we're a country. This is the live television telecast coming to you by the three platforms, the three television stations of Papua New Guinea, MTV, NBC, and TV1. We bring these live telecasts to you. We did that. The early part was the flag-raising ceremony at Independence Hill this morning, where visitors, dignitaries who've come from other parts of the country, within the region, far abroad, and also within Papua New Guinea as well, who've come to witness this flag-raising ceremony at Independence Hill. That was done with the Prime Minister making a very, very emotional, if not very pointed speech about how we've come, where we are today, and where we should be headed. So, and that was, I think, a speech that was appreciated by a lot of people over there. Bradley.
Yes, John. And we're switching back to live pictures, and from the screen we can see arrival of the dignitaries.
His Royal Highness is arriving.
That's correct, John.
Before that was, of course, the Governor General and other important VIPs. And in this case, of course, we are welcoming him with not just the officialdom with a suit and all that, but the traditional dresses and dance groups. That's the part of us. So and that's all reflected. And there he is. He is reliving an act that his mother performed in 1974 when she opened the first National Courthouse, and here His Royal Highness is being accompanied by the Chief Justice of Papua New Guinea at this moment. So, and then getting a rousing welcome as well. Let's get some natural sound from the courthouse complex over there, the arrival of His Royal Highness. Bradley, you were in the new complex, and this is inside the in the courthouse building itself.
Yeah, John, it's quite a very fascinating building of modern style architecture, and you can see that. I actually went into the holding block in there, the cell. It's quite comfortable if you're a convict because you can stay in there. It's quite very comfortable there.
The Master of Ceremony has spoken, so let's see if it's... can give us a varied account of the visit by His Royal Highness. Okay, well, the Master of Ceremony, we thought he was on, but maybe he's still getting ready. Well, the courthouse complex, it is, as we said, it is a signature building. It has modern, at least some 15 modern courtrooms inside, 15 of them. So, in other words, 15 cases can be heard simultaneously with 15 courtrooms in there. We have 31 judges' chambers, and the complex also includes administrative function areas, court registration, judicial database storage, and a courthouse fitted with modern technologies as well, as a reference to the history of courts in the country.
As a modern facility, it's also fitted with the state-of-the-art ICT. So you have cameras also installed there, so very modern. So you can see from the pictures that the Chief Justice of Papua New Guinea, Sigib Salika, just explaining to the Prince of the courthouse itself. He is a happy man.
Oh,
welcome to my house, he says.
Yes, yes. It's something that the late Saburi Kidu would have done at the arrival of Her Majesty, the Queen, in 1974.
Yes, of course.
Now I'm Chief Justice Blomibla working for Pignini Blong Queen. Last pla Pignini Blong. The Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Edward.
Yes, John Saburi Kidu was the first Chief Justice of Papua New Guinea, a native from 1980 to 1993, when he was Chief Justice. First Chief Justice from Papua New Guinea, native.
Well, the Prince is in a pretty kind of exciting mood, festive mood. He's smiling, talking, chatting with people. The rest of the engagements have been more formal. You know, no time to interact, I suppose, with people. And he's able to do that, I think, at this point in time, which is quite good, because a lot of people would like to just go up and you come on, you come.
Why not?
That kind of greeting that we give to people of Papua New Guinea, they will go up and even hug him. But that, of course, protocol won't allow it, security won't allow it.
Yeah, John. And I think straight up, if you meet people in the courthouse, especially judges and magistrates in their uniform, it's quite a sight, but casually, it's good to have a light chat with them out there. So in the courthouse would be different. Courtrooms especially.
Well, courtrooms are rigid kind of, the environment is rigid. It's too formal, it's too serious.
It's too serious.
So
By the
you
books.
don't get that kind of camaraderie and excitement there. But today, yes, we can have it, and there is a reason for it. Live pictures coming to you from the National Court Complex here at Waigani in Port Moresby. The unveiling of the plaque by His Royal Highness Prince Edward, who has visited us to be part of our 50th Independence Golden Jubilee Anniversary celebrations. And he was part of the flag raising ceremony this morning at Independence Hill, just a few meters across from where he is right now. And he will, I think, perform that official engagement by unveiling the plaque, after which he will leave the courthouse complex for another engagement this afternoon, Bradley.
Yes, John. It's this one at the courthouse is informal, just a visit through the different facilities they have there, the courthouse, the chambers, and then he will, courtrooms, pardon me, and then he will make his leave for this afternoon's event. So, John, in a democracy like Papua New Guinea, many times we focus on parliament, and judiciary also plays an important part, and these people don't always get the limelight, if you will. But now the spotlight is on them when the prince is there, so we get to see some of the judges outside of the courtroom.
Well, just the nature of their work, Bradley, doesn't allow them to interact with ordinary people. I mean,
True.
In my reporting days, I went up to say hello to a judge. They don't speak to you. Because one day I might be in front of them making a ruling on me. So
Yes.
if you get to know them, then they compromise their position. So
Exactly.
that is why they're removed from everyday life, I suppose. For judges, they live a private life. And I don't know if that's an exciting job or not, but that's something they choose to do. And in fact, the Chief Justice, Gibbs Salika, is my schoolmate from Sugary.
Oh.
And my rugby mate, we used to play together. We
I
used
don't
to say
suppose
hello.
you say hello to him now.
And today I can't because of who he is.
Yes.
I mean, we've met at a store one time and just said hello from a distance. We waved at each other, and that's just about it. Because you get close and you have a conversation with them, and the next minute I might be before him, and he might be ruling on a case against me, and then I don't know what happened. So yeah, that's kind of life they have.
Very, very ethical. Very ethical. But you know, these sworn oaths. You hold him Bible, now you talk by walk him this blow walk. So it's
Well, they have to be like that for the courts to be impartial. They've got to implement the laws, independent from influence, independent from this blah talk me blasa working M1 talk blow me, M blow me sabe long
M now.
They have to get away from that. I guess it's a very hard life, but it's something that they have to do. And in Papua New Guinea, I think they've done it pretty well, given the environment in which they have to work in.
Yeah, John. It's as they say, Papua New Guinea is the land of the unexpected, and in several places in Papua New Guinea, courthouses have been burnt down, and it's yeah, like you said, quite risky, but a very noble service to the nation.
Oh, there you are, the prince is still enjoying himself, saying hello to a lot of people. And for some of them, it's a rare opportunity to get up that close to a prince. An opportunity that probably they wouldn't otherwise have anyway.
Some of us just read on the fairy tale books about royalty, prince and princesses. They have the opportunity to see a prince up front and close. So it's like a child going back to the real fairy tale or tales or books, if you will. So a good light moment there with those who are gathering at the courthouse. This, of course, is not a formal event, John.
No, no, and that is why how you see it there is how that is. Not formal, it's relaxed, it's almost informal, although being there is a formal part of his engagement. But having the opportunity to mix and to have a chat with people, it's a rare opportunity right there. I would like to think that all these people lined up to shake hands with the Prince right there will have been chosen, will have been vetted, will have been cleared. These are some of the pre-protocols that are normal in any situation like this. Security is always up front. Wherever members of the royal family go, in Papua New Guinea, we'd like to think that they are very safe. We, in fact, love members of the royal family. They come here. The Queen has come here. She's gone to a number of places in Papua New Guinea, to Rabaul, to Mount Hagen, in Port Moresby, learned a bit of Pidgin. Likewise, her son, Prince Charles, who came up here as a young 18-year-old, first in 1966 as a student who was studying history, I think, at school in Australia, and came up to Papua New Guinea as part of a school excursion. His first was when he was 18. Then he came here as a prince to open, to be part of our independence in 1975. When we had other leaders who were here, particularly the Australian Prime Minister, Gough Whitlam, and the Australian Governor-General, Sir John Kerr, other leaders, Pacific Island leaders. I think Ratu Sir Kamese Samara, Fiji, was also here. He ended up going to VIVO after independence to play a round of golf with our chief, Sir Michael Samari, the Grand Chief Sir Michael Samari. And of course, his other brother, Prince Andrew, also visited Papua New Guinea, and Susablong M2, Princess Anne.
That's correct.
And I was saying earlier on that all of them, I think, were given a few lines about Pidgin, and they spoke Pidgin here. I still think that the Duke of Edinburgh will end up speaking a little bit of Motu or Pidgin before he leaves our shores.
Yeah, in a land of languages over 800, that's quite a challenge, but at least those main languages would do. And John, looking at the pictures there, the Prince is meeting with not only the judges, but also court officials there who work tirelessly to help the judiciary function. The officers are getting that rare moment with the Prince, so it's good.
If he's not being given a crash course on our history, our judiciary here, then he might be hearing about individuals, where they come from, and who they are, and all that. And it seems to be a fun moment right there. Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh. One, if not the most important visitor to our celebration.
Yes, John. One of many dignitaries who are in the country for our 50th anniversary celebrations. That new court complex was opened last week Wednesday, John, here in Port Moresby, on the 10th by the Governor General, and I think from the news that we've been seeing, good speeches and challenges also coming from the Governor General to our citizens, the judiciary, and for us to follow the rule of law.
Not everybody can get up that close to the Prince. I think there's a closed-circuit television where some of them who are seated in the main area of the official, short little official act where he will be unveiling the plaque, are seated and they're watching through short circuit within short circuit TV. Some of these court officials or the public servants, departmental heads, some businessmen, some you're familiar with, some you're not, but there you are. Pictures coming to you from the National Court Complex in Port Moresby, where His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, is paying a visit to the National Court Complex. It's a new one we had built and had just been opened, and he will go to unveil a plaque, just completing the formal part of opening the complex, and for court cases to proceed now. An interesting aspect about court cases is that in Papua New Guinea, not just in Port Moresby, but in other centers as well, there is a huge backlog of cases, be it national, district, Supreme Court, and we hope that with this new court complex, we hope that this backlog of cases can be cleared expeditiously, and that, they say that justice delayed is justice denied. And we hope that people who seek justice are no longer denied after this nearly $1 billion kina court complex that is built to fix this kind of thing and restore justice to those who seek it, and to give purpose and some sort of a stamp of authority to the court system, to function and to serve the people.
Yes, and John, speaking of justice, it starts from the lowest, from the cases that we report to the police and the evidences that are brought forward to the courts, and for the courts to administer on what is before them. So justice is a process that requires every one of us to contribute towards, to ensure that justice is served.
It's been a good 15 to 20 minutes of His Royal Highness having the opportunity to exchange with a lot of Papua New Guineans and visiting VIPs from other parts of the world who are part of our celebrations here, marking our 50th Golden Independent Jubilee celebrations. This is the day, the 16th of September, 2025, 50 years on, when independence was declared on this day 50 years ago. It's pretty chatty this morning, isn't he? When he arrived, when you looked at him, it was too formal, too rigid. You were almost scared to get up close to him, but here he seems very friendly. That's the real prince in front of all these people. He seems to be enjoying himself, which is good, And I'm glad that our cameras are showing all of that, and Papua New Guinea is able to see some of that, because very little of that, I think, has been seen of the royals by the previous visits of his brothers and sister and Mama Blongem too. They were too formal, but this one is very good.
And John, when his family visited the country before, there were no mobile phones. This time around, we have the benefits of phones, so after this, many will be publishing all this on their socials.
And I've never seen Sir Gibb Salika, our Chief Justice, smiling and laughing away. I mean,
Oh, Johnny can smile. You can see from the
judges are
pictures.
very serious people.
Yeah.
They hardly smile.
Yeah.
But this one he has to, which is good. That's the human element coming out of them, right?
Of course. Western, it's from Western province. Western people are very sort of down to it, like us Million Bay people, but yeah, it's good to see him smile there.
I would have thought that there would be other judges there as well. I'm sure there are. You probably would only recognize them with their formal judge habits, the thing they wear when they sentence you.
You wouldn't want to face them in those moments, but out here casually, it's good. It's good to see these pictures. Again, on the court complex, it houses 15 modern courtrooms.
Yes.
And 31 judge chambers. So a very big sort of building if you look at it. A very modern one from the pictures that we've seen from the top.
Well, there's the camera going for a little walkabout on the side. But I don't know if we have some shots of the court complex, a drone sort of from the outside. They have a look at that, and it's adjacent to the National Parliament building, and it's quite a sight. And then the Independent Boulevard that stretches all the way to Waigani Drive, that is the government, the officialdom, the formal part of Waigani, I guess the nerve or the heart of government. And then, of course, you have the central government building. There it is. That's the picture of the courthouse, right there. And of course, the center of authority, substance, purpose.
It's almost like a hotel, just looking at it. Very fancy.
There you are. That's how it looks. That's our courthouse, our National Supreme Courthouse. And of course, the old courthouse is it's not going to be neglected or dismantled. It will also hear cases. So here, I think I would like to think that with so many courtrooms now available, and with the government's announcement of new judges and magistrates, and we hope that, as I said earlier, the backlog of court cases, which I don't have the statistics here with me, but the last is, it runs into a couple of hundred, if not thousands, and they've got to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, the word justice has to be seem to be served on people who claim it, who want it. It's a little bit difficult there, Bradley, but you know, I wish one of our cameras, one of our microphones could be brought a little bit closer to hear some of these exchanges.
Yeah.
That would be nice, but in a situation like that, I guess it's a little difficult.
Speaking to the judges there. A moment.
In amongst all these people, all the visitors who are there, I see one or two gentlemen who are very observant, very alert, and I'd like to think that these are part of his security.
Yeah, John, the security detail there, providing that additional lookout, if you will.
After this, I guess you will have a little bit of rest like all of us, and then for the big spectacular this afternoon at John Guy Stadium. This will be, I guess, the climax of the celebrations in Port Moresby. In other parts of the country, there are similar celebrations going on. As governors and leaders of their respective provinces take charge of activities in their respective provinces, but here in Port Moresby it's been the case, and the Governor of the National Capital District, Honourable Paul Plaque, has engaged other activities. The Independent Boulevard, there was activities going on there. There are musical and other activities down at Ella Beach in Port Moresby and other centres as well. And of course in the settlements and the suburbs there are equally activities staged by various groups themselves. So people are celebrating the independence of Papua New Guinea despite the hardships, despite commentaries to the contrary about the state of the country. People are celebrating, people are happy. We have to be. We have a country. We have to be happy, and we have to celebrate. We have to look forward and do something about it. So that's where it's coming from. And I think the television pictures you are seeing right now, the Duke of Edimburgo, the last picnic Queen, is here with us and he's celebrating that with us. That's got to give Papua New Guineans some sort of hope and some sort of a feeling of that you're part, you're included, you're not disregarded. So, yeah, it's hope that it's a beginning of something better ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness will now tour the prototype courtroom.
His Royal Highness is now being given a inspection of the various courtrooms and the various sections of the court complex and their functions. Is being given a guided tour almost of this.
The acoustics is something special. It's to demonstrate there's no violation, it's special. And what we'd like to point out is the national crest up the front is by a local artist, just all hand beaten. We've got the latest technology with video conferencing and evidence, remote evidence.
We're getting some audio from inside, so we'll let that be.
That's the great change in these days. Is you know, the addition of all that sort of electronic evidence and you know, the ability to have that electronic, especially in a country like this where you've got people scattered.
Oh yes, all over the
such big distances.
all over. There's everybody just lives scattered, like subsistence life.
Yeah.
They live there on their
So if you've
on
got
their
the
land.
ability to be able to do it remotely, so that people don't have to try and then.
Some of it just
And,
inaccessible.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
places.
and that is why we still maintain the office of our Governor General as now the King's representative here. And that is an important institution in Papua New Guinea. That is one of our uniting factors of the fact that we still have links with England.
Well, important, isn't it? Because presumably you're carrying out the justice in the name of the King.
Yes, that is right. That is, and that is what holds Papua New Guinea together as a uniting force. We do that with enthusiasm and compassion. We do that, and to ensure that the King's laws now extinct. We're so used to bring in many times, and so this country is blessed with the fact that we have connections with Buckingham Palace, with now King. Used to be Queen Elizabeth in my lifetime, but now it's also now King Charles in my lifetime as well. But Your Highness, I'd like you to meet the national project architect of this building. Wayne Common.
Very good to meet you. Good to meet you. Great.
One of the architects of this building.
Right.
And so he played one of the major roles in ensuring that this building was built according to what we had planned to do.
Yeah.
So his role has been very important in everything.
And adapting in that time. Because if you started it sort of 8 years ago, that was before the pandemic.
Yes.
Which means that all the electronic evidence was, that was a pipe dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because it was only that pandemic that really forced, the catalyst to move into that digital age. So you then had to start adapting all your plans.
Certainly.
Yeah.
When you see that's all Papua New Guinea hardwood, the timber. That's all Papua New Guinea hardwood. We were not going to compromise with lesser quality timber or wood. The builders did ask me whether they could put something else, masonite or whatever. I said no, I'm not compromising the quality of this building with masonite. I'm putting proper hardwood, and that is proper Papua New Guinea hardwood. Quilla and teak and rosewood.
Yep.
Given the abundance of it in Papua New Guinea, manufacturers couldn't process it fast enough for the contractors, so that was part of the delay. And you put this beautiful rosewood and quilla, and the tradesman ship, and the fit out is just magnificent. Really happy.
It's just
Good.
And the product, we are so excited about the project. It's
Brilliant. And how many courts have you got here now?
there's
15 courts, including the
courtrooms.
Banco court, which I haven't got time to look at today.
No.
The 15
So what is a banco court?
That's the ceremonial court.
okay.
Banco court is usually lawyers, everybody refers to it as, lawyers refer to it as the Banco court. But that's where the ceremonies take place, appointment of new judges.
So judges appoint.
So that is the biggest courtroom
That's the
in this building.
number one. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see the size of the bench here, Your All Highness. The one at the Banco court can seat 40 judges.
Really?
40.
Yeah.
God, that's very
But no,
that's pretty intimidating for anybody, isn't it?
It's not getting there. It's not getting there. And when you have seen your courts in at
The inns or
in
the
London,
Old Bailey, or the Old Bailey, or
in
the-
London, I've seen those, and I'm saying, I think we have a better court than yours.
Well, ours. The problem is ours are very old.
Oh yeah, they're old. Yes,
And
they
so
were built. They were built for the occasion at the time.
Way before, and
Yes.
that's the problem.
That's right.
It's changed. It's
That's
evolved,
right.
which is what it should do. But it's quite difficult to then.
Yes, right.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
very good, excellent.
You can move.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah,
That's all
sure.
the Your All Highness.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that wasn't part of the live telecast script, but we let it go nevertheless, and I thought it was good that we can get that exchange between the Duke of Edinburgh and our Chief Justice. I like what the Chief Justice said. He said that this place here holds everybody together. True, holds every person who breaks the law together, and discipline and justice done with everybody, from the ordinary person to the leaders as well, and brings them together as well. And if they go wrong, bring them together as well. That'll be the formal part, the unveiling of the flag.
You may now be seated.
Okay, Master of Ceremony
Ladies and gentlemen,
takes over.
the welcome address on the royal visit of the Waigani National Court Complex, I now invite the Chief Justice of Papua New Guinea, Segibuma Gibbs Salika.
Your Royal Highness, Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, Chief Justice Stephen Geigler, High Court of Australia, Chief Justice Deborah Mortimer, Federal Court of Australia, Justice Bernard McCabe, representing Chief Justice William Ulster-Graham, Federal Court and the Federal Circuit and Family Court of Australia, Chief Justice Helen Bowskill, Queensland Supreme Court, Chief Justice Sir Albert Palmer, the High Court and the Court of Appeal of the Solomon Islands, judges, staff of the National Judicial Staff Service of Papua New Guinea, friends, ladies and gentlemen, happy 50th anniversary of independence to our country, my country, your country, men and women. Good morning and welcome. It is my great honor and privilege on behalf of the Judiciary of Papua New Guinea to extend to you, to your Royal Highness, our warmest welcome on the historic occasion, your visit to the new Waigani Court Complex. Today is a day of double significance. We gather not only to celebrate the official opening of this magnificent new court complex, the centerpiece of justice delivery in our nation, which took place last Wednesday, 10th of September, but also today to mark the 50th anniversary of the independence of Papua New Guinea. Your Royal Highness, your presence here today is deeply symbolic. It was your late mother, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, who on the 27th of February 1974 opened the original National Court Complex on the joining on that side at the back over here. She opened that building at the time. On that day, Her Majesty expressed her hope that Papua New Guinea would develop into a strong, free and independent nation underpinned by the rule of law. 50 years on, we stand here as a nation that has indeed realized that vision. Our Constitution has endured, our democratic institutions have matured, and the role of law remains the bedrock of our society. The new National Court Complex, with its 15 courtrooms, including the Bangkok Court, 31 judges' chambers, modern registries and court reporting department. Information technology and data facilities stands as a testament to our commitment to the independence, integrity and accessibility of justice. Your Royal Highness, this visit links the past to the future. It honors the enduring relationship between Papua New Guinea and the Crown, while also affirming our continuing journey as a proud and independent nation. On behalf of the judiciary, I thank you for sharing this momentous milestone with us. We hope that what you have seen of this new facility, you will see reflected in our nation's confidence in its institutions, its faith in the rule of law, and its determination to serve the people of Papua New Guinea for future generations. Once again, thank you for gracing this historic occasion with your presence. We know that you have other engagements to attend to, but we thank you very much, Your Royal Highness. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Justice of Papua New Guinea, Sir Gibbs Salika. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for his remarks, it is my honor and pleasure to invite His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Edward. Could you please make him feel welcome?
So, Chief Justice, Your Excellency, and assembled judges, I feel somewhat nervous standing up here in front of all of you, especially in this particular complex. But it's a very great pleasure to be here this morning and a pleasure to see the development that has taken place here with the new courts and following in my mother's footsteps with the old court building. So this is a splendid replacement, and I wish you all the very best of luck in using this building. I think it's quite appropriate standing here today, marking 50 years of this nation's independence in front of the judiciary, because an independent and robust judiciary is incredibly important in a thriving democracy. So your role and the roles of those who went before you and those who are to come after is incredibly important, that this building and the courts here are used for the purposes that they are designed for. And I wish you the best of luck in all the many deliberations that you have to deal with. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have been only asked here to come along to unveil this plaque. Now, since the buildings were opened last week, I'm not entirely sure what this plaque is going to signify. However, I will do my very best to make this look as slick and as professional as possible. I do want you to know it has taken years and years of practice, and I follow in the footsteps of one or two of the most experienced plaque unveilers in my family. The thing is, the unveiling of a plaque is not necessarily the most exciting thing that has happened in your lives. So I need you to pretend that if I get this right, that actually it really is very exciting. It may not signify the opening of this building, but it does signify something quite important. We will find out when it's unveiled. But are you ready? Will you do that for me? Yes? Excellent. Fantastic. Here we go.
Would you like? judges, ladies and gentlemen, can we give another big, huge round of applause again on the occasion, on the unveiling of the plaque commemorating the visit of His Royal Highness here at the Waigani National Court. It is our honor, of course, to invite, of course, His Royal Highness, and he's gone ahead and open an amazing plaque that's going to stand here and, of course, be a witness to the country right on the country's 50th independence anniversary celebrations. Thank you so much. We will now see, of course, as he's got a very tight schedule and other appointments ahead of him, we will now see the departure of His Royal Highness in a moment from now. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Announcing the departure of His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, who's also escorted, of course, by the Chief Justice of Papua New Guinea, Sir Gibbs Salika, and of course the Governor General of the independent state of Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Grand Chief Sir Bofeng Dadai.
And that just about concludes the visit to the National Court complex by His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh. What about his speech? I thought I've never seen a speech so brief and so kind of down to earth. There was no rigid formality to it. Just casual, and he's going to open this and making a joking remark to his mother.
Yeah.
That she's done more of that than he. And walks across and unveils the plaque. How about that?
Yeah, it's this was fun, especially for him, and he sort of made that occasion. I think gave some light to it, if you will. And then he talked about the plaque not being exciting, but he made that little unveiling very exciting for many of us who were watching from here. So.
Yeah, well, they have traditional dancers, of course. They will have gathered there to perform for him, and they are doing that as he retires. And his next engagement will be this afternoon at the Spectacular at the St. John Guy Stadium later this afternoon. And so, if we were to hear Arim Nek Blongam, then today was it. We heard it in perhaps a tone and in a way that maybe many of us are accustomed to. These are some pictures of, we're just replaying some pictures of his earlier visit there. And I've never seen something so kind of informal in a very formal environment. And he does that with color and